tricky. But the Sullivan-Barnes family will have to make this tough choice, just as early 80s consumers did. Gia set up a computer fair for them.
This is the astonishing new ZX Spectrum, full 8 colours, sound generation, and high-resolution graphics.
High resolution?
Okay.
All of these machines had much less memory and power than a modern mobile phone, at a much higher price. Even the cheapest Spectrum cost over £300 in today's money, while the model the BBC kept plugging would have set you back a whopping 900 quid for 32k. Gia's invited some guests to help the family decide. Simon Munnery is now a professional comedian, but in the 80s published software for the ZX Spectrum.
It still works. How do you stop it?
Patrick Bossert preferred the BBC Micro. He wrote a book about programming when he was a teenager, as a follow-up to his bestseller, You Can Do the Cube.
You're a whiz kid in this area. Now, what's happening here?
Well, you're controlling a car. It's a racetrack.
Ah, then you've crashed.
I think you should buy the BBC computer because you'll have a lot of fun out of it. It's got tremendous games, but when you get bored of playing the games, there's so much more you can do beyond it. Things like word processor and good software just for doing letters and business stuff.
I recommend this Sinclair ZX Spectrum, partly because it's cheap and so many people have it, and there are so many people out there writing games for it.
The Spectrum's very good fun for games. It's effectively a toy.
The BBC computer, it's got the stench of school about it. But most of the games will be fun with counting or isn't geography nice, that sort of thing. So much better to stick with Sinclair, have fun, and let education worry about itself.
Simon's Spectrum is definitely sounding cooler, but Patrick wins back the family's attention by demonstrating some of his old programming skills.
And when you tell it to run that...
What he's written is basic in both senses of the word, but it's enough to intrigue the kids.
It's simple stuff, but it's worth a go.
All right, guys, I brought you here to choose one computer. Which one do you want to choose?
BBC.
Which one do you want to choose?
BBC.
Which one?
BBC.
It's your decision.
I was going to say the BBC, actually.
I'm really surprised because in the 80s, kids really just wanted the Spectrum, and it was kind of seen as being a bit, you know, swatty to have the BBC Micro. But look at Hamish, he's not even paying attention to this. He's just programming.
It's got games and word processing as well, and you can print things off or something. So and Hamish quotes like some what is it? Processing, I think it's called.
But a home computer is not what everyone in the house wants. George is worried the kids will spend as much time on it as they do on their modern PCs.
I guess it depends how capable the computer is, but if it's got computer games, I think that will be the first start down the slippery slope to the kids regressing back to the noughties. Everything's just fine as it is.
You'd do it.
Granted you permission to
So we get it in and we'll
Where do you think it should go?
Put it in my bedroom. I would not let you play on it in my bedroom.
No, it's not going in your bedroom. No question of it going in your bedroom. I'd like it in the spare room.
You've got to put it somewhere where everybody can use it.
Spare room.
It won't fit on that desk.
Why can't it be on there?
Because I want to be able to sit and relax in this room without having a computer here. There's enough gadgets in this room already.
The decision is spare room, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It's just a weird...
That's the data loading device. I want to load a software, which is cool. And an instruction manual. Haven't got a monitor, have we? Definitely need a monitor. Call the tech team.
Hi, Hamish. We need a monitor for the computer.
The tech team have to break the news that the average family in 1982 plugged the computer into the TV.
Okay then. Okay, thanks. Bye.
A dedicated monitor then costs more than most computers.
Mum, they said you have to plug it into the TV.
Oh, stop there! No. You'll have to take it back then.
Unplug it and put it in the cupboard when you don't use it.
No.
But that's not an option.
I'd rather you put the TV upstairs.
In my room?
No, absolutely no.
I think we should have a computer, but I think it's relatively easy to unplug and plug.
It is. It's literally like pull out the cord.
It's not like there's anything to watch on the television anyway, is there?
OK, well, I think my vote's quite clear, so I'll let you vote.
Do we have the computer down here, or do we take the TV upstairs to the computer and don't have a TV down here? Well, those are the choices.
Downstairs.
The sitting room's quickly taken over by the boy's new toy.
Right, should we do the typical boy thing and just plug it in, or should we read the guide?
I'm not particularly interested to watch the computer being installed. It has to be in the sitting room. I'm not very pleased about it, but, you know, I'm resigned to it. That's how it's going to be.
We won't be playing it. Because Hamish and Dad will be dominating it. And Dad will say, the man of the house would normally have the computer. Back!
Oh, hi, Bob. How was school?
Good.
Hamish can't wait to show the computer off to his school friend Dan.
Put that there.
Since it's not allowed to stay out overnight, that means setting up the hardware all over again.
Look! It's a masterpiece!
The common belief in the early 80s was that to use computers, everyone would need to learn programming.
What?
Instead, by the time these teenagers were born, many tasks require little more than a click of a mouse.
This one's
Oh, no, I need to form my fat. Wait.
Yes.
Yet surprisingly, Hamish is more excited by the prehistoric micro than any of the technology he encountered in the 70s.
Comma 1, and then press return. Oh, yeah.
Like her mum, Ellie can't see the point.
0, 0.
I have no idea what they're doing.
Anyway, sound. Oh, good. Comma 1.
Electronics weren't just found in the home in the early 80s. They were saturating every aspect of popular culture.
Good evening, Ellie. Good evening, Steph.
So 1983's delivery from the tech team is the technology which soundtracked the era, the synthesizer.
It means nothing to me, this. So, I've got a couple of chaps outside I'd like you to meet who will be able to explain a lot more.
How it works?
How it works, yeah.
Oh, great.
Just give me 1 second.
OK.
Yes, playing live tonight in Adam and George's dining room, the keyboard players from one of the most successful synth-pop groups of the decade.
Hi, family. It's Chris Cross and Billy Cooey from Ultravox.
No! These guys were our idols. Absolutely gobsmacked by that.
Though Adam was a huge fan, they don't mean as much if you weren't even born at the time.
In 1983 and we started doing bass sounds like, you know, that kind of thing, but with a drum machine. It was so new,
Yeah.
so it was that exciting. You recognise
That, yes. That I do. Remember this?
Ultravox broke new ground, not only with their synthesized sound, but also with their visuals. As well as ostentatious pop videos, the 80s brought the world the satellite network to show them on, MTV.
We made our own videos, and it was really new.
Our music was
It's quite filmy
visual
to start with, but that was a real big shift in our records were sort of promoted.
And these guys made some great videos. So you kids have got a challenge for this decade. You've got to make your own pop video.
With what?
With what? Exactly.
We haven't got a
Not
camera.
Yet. Not yet.
Not yet, you haven't. It's only 1983. By the end of the decade, you will have enough. I'll give you enough things to make your own pop video.
The good thing in the 80s was everyone used to mime.
It was so surreal having two absolute 80s music icons in our house.
That sounds like Indian.
Ellie gradually started to catch on what a big, big deal it was.
Because we were so awestruck.
Don't think Hamish and Steph gave a
Yeah, they didn't give a monkeys, did they?
So we just had half a pop band in our house. Isn't that pretty cool? It's cool.